And then we work with the farmer to make sure he returns that money within a year or two. Because this has scale now, it gives us an opportunity to inject more and more innovation into the process. So we also built a Rural Transformation Technology Center in Hubli, from which we track about 30 satellites. So we track about a petabyte of data every month. And given any piece of land in India, we can recreate the history of water for that land for the last 12 years. So that helps us locate an ideal location for the farm pond, manage the logistics to build these farm ponds. So far, we've done 7,000 of them. And this year alone, we're going to be adding 8,000 of them. And we're scaling the program because it's amazing how much impact that particular program has, not only on the income, but also in terms of the groundwater and just the environment in general. So it's now beginning to have the scale to be able to absorb a lot more financial engineering, technology, and so on. So the relevance plus innovation is a starting point. And if you really come up with some scalable solutions that have an impact, then you get an opportunity to use a lot of the things that we learn in the business of running that 2 billion people. We also do skilling. So we have, a lot of the kids, young men and women from rural India, they graduate, but none of them get jobs. So we have a program where in 4 months, we can intervene and make them employable. So we've done 14,000 of them now, and we're beginning to now scale the program. And our placement rates have been 100%. So the good thing about these interventions is that they're all simple interventions. And they're not like breakthrough, easy go to MC square. Simple interventions, but bringing the discipline and the sustainability to these programs is where we are trying to implement so that we can actually do the scale. Because India has 1.4 billion people. And so all these programs need to scale to millions and millions. So we do these 2 programs in the 2 areas, Hubli and Telangana. And now we are beginning to expand them throughout India through partnerships. So our first pilot for partnership is in Maharashtra. So we're going to be doing this year, just the beginning of 100 farm ponds and a few hundred students where we scale and get them jobs. And hopefully, once we know how to do this, we should be able to bring about these programs throughout India. So what I'm excited about is that the social sector can benefit from a lot of the things that we learn in the developed sector, but only after we build a co-creation capability and the local capability to actually absorb those ideas. Otherwise, the problem with this sector is that even in the US, it's $4 billion a year. And a lot of the very smart people who are extremely compassionate and want to help in the sector keep coming up with ideas, but those ideas cannot be absorbed for the community for whom they come up with these ideas. And so we have become an idea generation factory where we keep generating these ideas, but those ideas don't go anywhere because there's no capacity to absorb them. And so if collectively, if we can somehow find a way to connect the competence that we have in the competitive social developed sector to the connectivity of the social sector and not lose that connection to the people we're trying to help, I think we can make big strides in making sure that we bridge the haves and the have-nots and create an economy and a nation that's a lot more stable and sustainable. So, Nishith, with those comments, I would love to hear some comments and questions from the audience if that's possible.
So, Desh, first of all, let me thank you so much for agreeing to come and talk to us at the speed of thought, which is with extraordinary, career at MIT and Sycamore and everything, I think your passion for social sector and social good is really commendable. And we all admire you. I think this is today we got all house full. People are very eager to listen to you, and what you said makes a lot of sense.